Hello everyone, thank you for being present in this new podcast from Dental Tourism Albania. I am here today with Dr. Jetmir Sulaj, who is an experienced periodontologist, and I'm very pleased to have him in our podcast today. We'll go through his experience, how did he become who he is, and once we find out more about him, and then we'll also dwell a bit further into more questions about his experience, especially his experience within the dental tourism industry. Dr. Jetmir, thank you so much for coming here. Oh, I forgot to say I'm Marcella. You guys know that anyway. So thank you so much for being here today. Lovely to have you. I'm sure our audience will be very happy to hear from you. I've been talking about you a lot to many of our patients, so it's time for them to see you.
It's completely my pleasure being here. Thank you for inviting me.
Dr. Jetmir, how did you decide to become a dentist, a doctor, and then a periodontologist?
Yeah, to be honest, it started from the childhood when our parents always want to make us doctor or dentist, and after that it was a time that I applied for being doctor or dentist. It was between two of them,
Okay.
and after that we just decided to be a dentist,
Okay.
and that was my first thing
That was
about
your first
dentistry.
choice.
Your first choice. Yes.
Amazing, that's really good. Where did you study? Where did you graduate?
After finishing my high school here in Albania, I decided to travel abroad and to take a better study experience there. And one of that countries, it was Turkey, or Turkey, I would say. And after that we started learning Turkish language there and study for dentistry, but it was 5
So
years.
whilst you're learning to become a dentist, you're also learning a brand new language.
Yeah, that was the hardest part,
What was that?
I can say. Yeah, because to learn a new culture, new language, and to start to think on that language, it was a little bit harder the first time, but after that it started to be really...
It became second nature.
Yes.
Amazing, that's great. And which city was this in Turkey?
It was a city close where I studied. It was a city close to Ankara, that is the capital, called Bolu. But it was, the university was new built there, and we had all the possibilities to work with patients and to have the highest technology about dentistry.
Amazing. But then you decided to stay in Turkey.
Yeah.
Not so good for Albania.
That's true. After I finished my study there, it was my professor, Professor Tefik, that had his own clinic and said that you cannot go anywhere, just come and work for me at first. And it was always my pleasure to work with him, and he helped me a lot about everything in dentistry. And I decided to be with him for a while, and it was a really nice time, and it gave me a lot of experience about dentistry and about dental tourism as well.
Okay, fantastic. So obviously, as you mentioned, beside the jokes, Turkey is a great country, and they're very experienced and well known into all types of medical expertise, let alone just the dentistry. But so how long did you work there with your professor?
With my professor, I worked around 5 years. For sure, during that time, there was a part where I had to go to the other countries for new courses or new experiences, to upgrade a little bit myself. And there it includes the time in Germany as well, where I studied for periodontology. But my work was not in Bolu, it was in Antalya. Antalya is known for, it's famous for the beaches and for vacation as well.
What does a periodontologist do?
Normally, how I decided to study about the periodontology, to do master degree on that, it was my professor. So when we started to make the smile design and cosmetic dentistry there, it was a necessity to have something better about it. So all the problems that the most patient has in the full mouth smile design, it was
Turkish smile.
You can say Turkish smile, but there are very nice smiles as well.
Yeah.
You can say that there are many nice clinics that work in minimal invasive as well. And the most the patient had the problems, or the patient that came to us was mostly the patient who had the problems with their gingivitis, with their gums. And it was something that I needed to study on that in that to learn more about the gums and about how the gum disease can be and what the smile design can create. And that was the best decision that I made. It was to go to Germany and to study about the periodontology and to make a completed cosmetic dentistry. That was the point.
Very exciting. Where are you hiding all of this? They're not on your social media. We need to tell everyone about it.
We didn't have that much time to show it, to be honest. We just was more focused to work on it. So
do you have before and afters? Examples that we can share with our audience?
Yeah, sure. We had a few ones there. I can say that we made maybe more than thousands, but still,
wow.
Because it was heavy working there. But for sure, in my page also there are a few before after. So it's only the patient that give us the permission to share it, to post it, because not everyone wants to post it, but the people who let us to do it with a lot of pleasure. We share it.
Thank you for everyone who lets us do this, because it's very important for the new patients to see, other people's experience and what it would look like for them. Obviously now technology is improving and we're working a lot on using new tools and using the technology on how we can show the befores and afters before a patient even decide to make their treatments. What brought you back to Albania? I'm very happy that you did, so thank you, but what brought you back to Albania?
Thank you too. To be honest, it was a long time that I was abroad, for sure, including the part that I worked in Turkey, in Germany, and in the other countries also, like Austria or Netherlands. But what brings me back, it was like, okay, I said, now I have to have my own clinic and to focus only in one patient. After I worked so much with many patients, I say like, I want to focus only in one patient. So right now, that was the only thing that brings me back.
Dream?
Yeah, it was my dream to take one patient, to take care of him or her, and to focus only in one person till I make them happy. I don't start with the other person. So that was my goal, and I think that.
So there's going to be a long queue outside your clinic then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dr. Jetmir, I want to ask about your current clinic, your personal, your new baby, Etrusk. Etrusk?
Yes.
What does Etrusk mean?
Etrusk is a name, a really nice name, to be honest, for me, because my father chose it, and it was it was a recommendation from him. But the point why I chose the Etrusk, it was the Etrusk is the first population that made the dental bridge. So it was a population that was in Italy. Sometimes, like Albanians always say that we want to own everything by ourselves. We say that was Albanian, but probably they were Italians. Yeah, it wasn't. And because of that population, that was a really high level of the dentistry for the time that they was there. And that was the reason why I chose it. So.
That's very exciting. I know you've built a beautiful clinic. Why did you choose Duras?
Duras, as I say, that I have worked in Antalya, that was really close to the city. And the most exciting part of it is like whenever you have time, you can go to the beach and to relax, or just to have a view to the sea can help you to relax. And so I say maybe motivation. Yeah.
Okay.
So I decided to be a little bit more closer to the sea.
Nothing to do with the boat, so the patients can float, can flood your clinic.
No, I think that it was only because of the sea. So.
It's a really good location, and we've also had a few patients that have seen it and very positive feedback. They're very happy with the work you've done with them. I know you're also a strict doctor, so I've had a couple of unhappy patients because they didn't get what they wanted, and I know some young patients want, what they see on social media, but they can't always get it. What would you recommend to the new teenagers or new adults that are kind of looking at these big bright smiles on social media and say, I want that? What's your recommendation?
That's the hardest part of being a dentist in this time, to be honest, because the people always want to come and to have that bright smile, that full white smile or Hollywood smile that we call it another words. But the point there is like when they are so young and when their teeth are so healthy, we refuse to make anything that can damage their teeth or their health in general. So sometimes they can be unhappy, but I'm sure that they will thank us a lot in the future.
Very well. Thank you so much for that. I'm very interested to learn more about your experience with dental tourism, not necessarily in Albania, but as a concept. So what kind of patients are after dental tourism? What does it mean to a patient?
Normally when the patient comes from the other countries, for sure there are patients that only want to make one teeth because it's so expensive in their countries, and they want to have a fast treatment and want to finish it really fast. But on the other side are the people who want that bright smile. And
so people who need it and people who want it.
Yeah, people who need it and want it. So that's really hard to tell them that what's the most important for them sometimes, because when they fly, they just came with the idea that I would go to that country or to my clinic, for example, to Etrusk Dental, and they will have that smile. But when they come here, for sure, not every time you can suggest to them to do any treatment that is not necessary.
Makes sense. I really appreciate that. And what I come to realize, and the patients that I often speak to, often think dental tourism means that they get a packaged holiday. So the clinic will essentially, offer them to pay for their flights, to pay for their accommodation, their airport taxi transfers, plus the treatment. This is like a really big thing, and obviously it sounds tiring. And I'm sure as a person it will probably be very difficult for you to do and manage yourself. But how does Etrusk manage this process? Do you offer it to patients?
For sure, there are people who take care of this part. For sure, me as a dentist, I focus more on the dental treatments. I don't focus on the other things. But for sure, the people who take care about the hotels and about the services that take the patient from the airport to the clinic, they are always helping them to make all the process much simpler for them. Because when you change the country, for sure you want someone who can take you from the airport to send you to the clinic and to show you around. But for sure, our team is always ready to help with that point.
And this is where Dr. Jetmir doesn't want to tell you all that I do it. I help him a lot with this. But look, I know you're a very experienced dentist, and what I really wanted to dwell on a little bit more, it's a keyword you mentioned earlier, minimally invasive. Now, we all want that big bright smile, but what are the ways to do it without really hurting our teeth as much?
Yeah, there are many ways, to be honest. There are many techniques that you cannot touch, you don't touch your teeth, but for sure you can have the bright smile as well. There are sometimes are prepless veneers where you don't touch the teeth at all, but you can put the super thin or ultra thin veneers up to your teeth. But for sure there are limits about it also. Not every patient can have it. There are patients who have some diastema or some gaps between the teeth that can allow us to make that prepless veneers. Or there are other patients who has many decoloration on their teeth that we can have about 0.3 millimeters shaving down of the teeth or making preparation and put still extra thin veneers up to the teeth also. Or the other thing also is like just to find what's healthy for them and just to make the treatments about the fillings or cleaning or whatever they need.
With the prepless veneers, is it going back from this if you start doing it? Can you ever go back to your normal teeth?
For sure, there is a way that you can go back to your teeth, but the only problem that the patient has is that they like it and they don't want to go back to their own teeth anymore. But the advantage of it is that you don't touch the teeth at all. But for sure, as I said, not every patient can have it. There are some limits about it also.
What kind of patient would qualify? I'm asking for a friend.
Well, you need to make the veneers.
Yeah, prepless veneers. What kind of?
Prepless veneers, was the most important about it is that the patient to have enough gaps to make it. So for sure, it's like the girls make the nails or something.
Okay, so when it's quite funny. I always use that as an example.
You put up to your teeth, but There are moments that you can make it, and there are moments that you cannot make, or maybe need minimal.
So technically, you need to have good teeth anyway,
yes.
in order, because you won't look correct.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. When we talk about smile design and cosmetic dentistry, can you talk a bit more? What is the smile design that you're specialized in?
Yeah, generally is the part that you see in the person where they smile. That in general we call it 5 to 5 or up.
So the teeth that are showing.
Yeah, the teeth that are showing. There are many famous dentists also that just work on that area as well. Even if they need some maybe crowns or veneers in the back, they still don't touch it at all. We focus only on the smile, that it's showing when you smile, and we show the people how can be the end of the teeth by taking some impressions or taking digital scans or something like that. And we show them how can be in the end and what we can do for them. Yeah.
Fantastic. Dr. Jetmir, thank you so much for your time today.
It's my pleasure.
And I think everyone will benefit hearing such details from you, especially when we talk about minimally invasive, no-invasive, prepless veneers, and these are kind of all the new trends out there, because everyone wants to have that big bright smile. But a few of us are also conscious that we should be careful and not to try and touch our teeth in this respect. Are these expensive treatments?
In general, it depends on what the patient is looking for, but in general, compared to the other countries, I can say that are much cheaper. Not because we use a different material. I can say that here in Albania or in many places where I have worked, we have always used the highest technology and highest level of the materials. This is not only to protect the patient, but to protect us as well. So we don't have to
do the same thing twice.
Yeah, to make it twice. So we just want to make it, and we wish that the patient never came back again and just live the life happy. That's all.
Yeah. How long do such veneers last? Are they long lasting, or is this dependent? If we're talking about the prepless veneers that we use and will kind of.
In general, I can say that about my experience, I'm almost 10 years at working on it, including the part that I worked in the other countries. I can say that the veneers last more than we think, to be honest. Even if they are super thin or they are really thin veneers, they can last for years. There are patients that did it years ago, and we just make it check. Maybe it's not done by me, but it's done by another dentist or someone. And I remember that there was a guy from Germany that came and said that I have these veneers for 30 years, and he just wanted to change the colors. Yeah. And for sure, if the patients keep care very well, if they don't bite the really hard things, and if they brush twice or take care of the oral health, I think that maybe can last for all their life. But for sure, in the future, always people want something more, always more, so they can change for themselves, but not because of the function or something else.
Dr. Jetmir, again, thank you so much for your time today. It's been lovely to have you here, and thank you for answering my questions. I would love to have you again in our podcast, and I know you're a big expert in holistic dentistry, and it's definitely a favorite subject for me. So for my lovely audience, we'll have Dr. Jetmir with us again in the near future, and we'll talk about holistic dentistry in a little bit more detail. So anyone who's interested in learning more, stay tuned. We're coming back. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for joining us on today's podcast. Stay tuned for more, and don't forget to follow us on our socials.